see this field, but I'm in the edge of a pretty good sized field right now. I can either go to my left, or I'm gonna go straight out to this little ridge. After I jumped in 3 turkeys out the other day. I don't use an owl hooter anymore. The last 2 or 3 years I did away with that. I just find a spot that I can hear pretty good and just kind of listen, and then just head in from there. I've been doing that for the last couple of years, but the way this week's been going and the way this morning's been going so far, I haven't heard anything. The woods are definitely waking up, but haven't heard the first bird yet, but I'm still going to go here when I saw those 3 the other day. Just sit up there, maybe a little bit like calling. I'm going to give it about 5 more minutes, so I'll probably head back in there. It's 7:20. I've been in this spot here for about 40 minutes or so. At 6:55, I heard one gobble, and he was over. There's a huge chunk of private land that butts up to this public land. And I can see the backside of the hill over there. It's part of the private. I heard a gobble over on that hill at 6:55. I've got a cell camera over on the next ridge over that joins the private public button together down over the hill from where my cell camera's at. At 9:25 yesterday, I had a hen on camera, and I've heard a hen twice in between me and him. So I think I'm gonna pack up and head over that way. And if I don't jump or see anything or anything in between there, I'm gonna go sit up over where my cell camera's at. I will sit up there. That was the last spot I set up Tuesday as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and head over that way. So turn the camera back in there unless I see something else. It's 8 o'clock. I'm back up here at a spot where I was at Tuesday. Same spot I was at 3rd day last year when I shot that turkey. Shot at that turkey. This morning I heard a hen twice. She was in between where I'm at now, where I was at this morning. She was over there, and I just walked through there. There's a bunch of fresh scratching. I got a cell camera about 30 yards to my left. At 9:25 yesterday, I had a hen on it. I've got a set where it only takes pictures every 5 minutes, so they could have been a gobbler with her. I just didn't get a picture of him. But the gobbler I heard this morning gobbled one time. He was on the next ridge over, just down over this hill, on this hillside over here. That's private land, big chunk of private. Public land ends down at the bottom and then holler. It's where the private land meets up with it. So he was over there this morning. So I got my decoy out about 15 yards in front of me. I'm just going to sit here till about 11 o'clock. If I don't see or hear anything, I'm going to head up to the big cornfield where I saw them hens at about 12:30 Tuesday when I left. So that's the plan for the rest of the day. So maybe we'll hopefully have some footage for you. Hi guys, spot number 3. It's 10:50 right now, so I can sit here at about 12:15. My wife's got a doctor's appointment at 2 o'clock. I'm going to go with her. I could hunt till 1, but I wouldn't have enough time to get up there, so I live about 15 minutes away. My car's about 100 yards up the hill behind me here. I'm on the edge of this cornfield right here. This is the same cornfield that about 12:30 when I was walking out the other day. I snuck down here and looked at it, and there was about 8 or 10. Pretty sure these all hens right here on the edge of it, and they took off right back in this patch of woods. That many hens, there's got to be a gobbler somewhere. You've probably seen on video already, I did see one hen earlier this morning, and about an hour, probably about an hour and a half ago, I heard another hen down over the hill. Called a little bit to her, never did see her or anything. And then when I got up and walked, when I was on my way to this spot, I didn't walk very far, and I jumped a hen up. It was probably the same one that was down the hill. She just come in behind me. I did jump her up, and it was a hen. She was by herself. So I don't know how you can tell on camera, but man, these bugs are absolutely terrible. I don't know, it's supposed to be like 85 today. I don't know what it is right now, but it's getting warm. I know one thing, it's supposed to be in the 80s tomorrow. I'm going to pack up my thermocell and my vest first thing as soon as I get home for tomorrow. So anyway guys, I'm going to sit here for about an hour and 20 minutes maybe, see what happens. So this will be the end of the day. If nothing comes here, I'll flip the camera around and show you the field, the edge of the field I'm in. There we go, we'll see what happens. Guys, it's 10 minutes to 8. And just about 3 or 4 minutes ago, I had one gobbler on his own up here on top of the hill. And he's been answering my calls, but he's up there in the same spot. I thought about trying to get out of the blind, but he's right up there on top of the hill where I usually deer hunt at. And he's gobbled a couple times. He's kind of walking back and forth up there. And I'm down this little field, and I got to walk up the hill to where he's at. I was thinking about trying to get up there, but I'm afraid he's got a lot better vantage point than I do. He'll see me coming. So I might have to sit here and get tight, but anyway, I hope I can get him down off that hill. I got a decoy right in front of me. Guys, it's a wrap for day 5. I still got a little bit of time I can hunt, but it's getting pretty warm, and I haven't heard anything since a little bit after 8 o'clock. Well, I actually seen that turkey actually come off the hill. It was probably about 5 minutes to 8 or something like that. He gobbled up on the hill up here where I normally deer hunt at, and he gobbled a couple times, and I called, and he answered back a couple times, and all of a sudden he just stopped. I called a couple more times and he never did answer, so I sat here about 10 or 15 minutes, and I was like, I never did see him coming off the hill, and I'm like, you know, he's up on that point up there, and he could have seen me coming up because I ain't got a whole lot of foliage yet. I was trying to figure out a plan to try to sneak up on the hill the best I could, maybe set up there and try to get him, and because I was in my blind, get out of the blind to go. And been about 20 minutes. And I packed up all my calls in my vest and literally just put my vest on and was getting ready to take the camera off the tripod and get the tripod and grab it and go up the hill. And I looked up, and he was about 60 or 70 yards standing on the side of the hill right there. I didn't know where he come from. And he come down in front of a big old bush here, and he stayed about 50 yards out. He stopped for just a second, saw the decoy, went over the hill, watched him feed for a little bit. I called a couple times. He'd lift his head up, look at the decoy, and he just fed on off the hill. And it's been a couple hours ago, so, yeah, it's been about 2 hours ago, so I haven't heard or seen anything since then, but I'll turn the camera on and show you where he comes from. But he was up there on that hill up there, and when I looked, he was right over there. He walked right down in front of that bush right there, and that's where I called, and he stopped and looked at the decoy just for a minute. Went behind them trees, and I saw him over on the side of the hill right there, digging around, scratching around. I called one last time. He looked up again. He just turned off, and he started feeding his way down over the hill real easy. Wish I'd got a little bit of footage of him, but I couldn't have. By the time I got the camera turned on, he was behind them trees right there, and I turned it back off, and I really couldn't get any footage of him. So that's a wrap for day 5. Like I said, we got some rain coming in tonight. It's supposed to be pretty nasty tomorrow. I'm gonna see what my buddy wants to do. If he doesn't want to go out, I'm either going to move my blind. I'm either going to come up this evening and move my blind up there, or I'm going to take it down and take it on to public land tomorrow. I can sit in the rain anyway. And then probably go ahead and go out again Sunday. Try to take advantage of everything I can. But that's a wrap for day 5, guys. Thanks for watching.